All right, so now that you guys know the components of my setup, now here comes the fun part. We actually get to put this thing together. So first and foremost, I kind of already did some stuff as I showed you guys in the preview. This is gonna be my base right here, these two rails. So basically all I had to do was slide these two rods through the holes on each side of the base plate and tighten it up on the side. And I just already had it conveniently done. I guess for the sake of time, but it's still about to take me probably like a few minutes to put this together. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and put our Sony A7IV into our cage. Let's start with that. So that's what we gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is take this magnetic tool out right here. Just gonna sit it in right here. And that little piece at the bottom, as you guys can see, you're gonna use your tool to tighten that up because it should just lock right into your tripod hole at the bottom of your camera. And you'll know if it's locking right in when you screw the piece. You can feel the cage tightening around your camera. So I'm gonna make sure it's as tight as possible. And then I'm gonna put this little magnetic piece right back where it goes. And boom, you already have the camera in the case just like that. You feel me? All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and attach my 24-70 lens onto the camera, just so we can kind of get a realistic view. And when you're putting your camera into your cage, you guys, you put the camera in from the back and you attach the lens from the front. So now, as you can see, we have the camera and the lens attached. The cage is on pretty snug and secure. It's not moving around. It's not shaking around or anything like that. All right, now we're gonna attach this whole contraption to the base of the base plate. All right, so now that we got these secure, or just about rather, we want to make sure that these are on. You don't want to put them on too tight, but you want to make sure that they're on tight enough so that they're not moving. Now we can turn the whole entire contraption over, and now you have the camera safely secure inside the cage on the base plate. Let's put the side handles on. So like I told you, one goes on the left side, and there's a NATO rail on the left side of the cage. I actually put NATO rails on both sides because these handles come with a NATO rail. So I went ahead and installed the NATO rail on the side of the cage, and we'll just slide these up, and then you tighten that into place. And like I said, once you hit that little whoop-de-doop, you know what I'm saying, that thing rotates. So now for the other side, you're gonna do the same thing, and you just tighten it up towards the top like so. So now your two side handles are on. So now you can pick this thing up from the sides like so. You feel me? All right, next thing we gonna install is the top handle, which is right here with the trigger on the top of the top handle. We gonna go ahead and put that on. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you have the RE connectors already at the top of the top handle. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screw that in. Actually, I'm putting it on. Am I doing it wrong? I'm not doing it wrong. Should I go this way or should I go this way? It's really up to y'all. I'm not gonna go this way because this really blocks me from using my hot shoe mount on my camera. So I'm gonna turn it around and do it this way because I wanna have as much real estate as possible on my hot shoe mount, because I'm gonna need to attach this bad boy right here. And so that's what we gonna do next. As a matter of fact, we gonna go ahead and put this XLR K3M into the hot shoe mount. And honestly, this thing is gonna be it literally just fits because this cable on the K3M is so thick that it pushes up against the knob on the top handle. But I tested it out, it does work. And so all I'm gonna do is slide this bad boy into the cold shoe mount right next to it like so, and then we gonna make sure we tighten that thing on up. You feel me? Let's make sure we get that tight. Cool. So now we have our microphone on our rig as well as our top handle, and we are still in business. Now, one might say, if I really wanted to be fancy, if I didn't want to use a monitor, I could mount this microphone to the top handle if I wanted to. But because I am going to be installing my monitor, I can't mount the microphone to the top handle because I don't want anything in front of the monitor when I'm trying to look at it. So You're gonna put the monitor right here in the front with these RE connections in the front. And we're gonna make sure that's tight. We're gonna tilt that up. Now the monitor is there. And you can use the Allen wrench to make sure everything is tight, you feel me? And nothing is loose or moving, you feel me? So now we have our monitor on our rig, you feel me? And this thing is actually starting to look like something. This setup could be handheld. You could use, I like to call them jetpacks, but they probably call something different. I can't think of the word right now, but the little packs you wear on your back and the string, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You can hook that to your top handle right here. I haven't tried to put this on a gimbal yet, but we're gonna keep going, you feel me? Let's put on our V-mount battery clip. And that's actually, here's something I wanna do. I got my camera cover on that. We're gonna turn that thing down like that, and we're gonna push it through just like this. And we're gonna make sure that's secure, and you just tighten this up on the rods like so. So now you have your V-mount, your V-mount battery clip back here, and we can go ahead and attach the V-mount to that. That's good and snug in there. So now you have the V-mount battery in the back. You got your side grips, you got your monitor, you got your sound. I mean, it's going, right? We getting there. Last but not least, y'all, we gotta add the matte box and the adapter ring. So first things first. Now, one thing you should know is you cannot put on your matte box if you have an ND filter on your lens. You can put the ND filter on after you put the adapter ring on, but you can't put the matte box on the lens until you take that ND filter off. So what I'm gonna do is turn it this way. I'm gonna put my adapter ring on, and like I said, this is the 82 millimeter adapter ring. So that goes on pretty snug, just like that. I already have my filter inside of this thing. So there's a screw right here that you gotta undo. And it may even help if you open your matte box so you can just kind of see what you're doing. And basically that thing is gonna push out when you try to snap it on. So I gotta stand up for this. Boom, falls right into place. Once it falls into place, you screw the screw back on the side to make sure that doesn't fall out, because like I said, you don't want your what's his name? You don't want your filter falling out, right? You don't want none of that. And then something I like to do, go ahead and wipe me down, you feel me? Now our matte box is attached. Filter is in place. And now we can sit this thing down. And for the most part, you guys, all we have to do now is connect our cables to the whole entire thing. So this is a HDMI to HDMI cables, full HDMI. This is gonna go in one side that's gonna go in your monitor. And this is gonna go in the HDMI port on the actual Sony itself. So you just open that, put this in. And honestly, I'm gonna replace this with a red one. I mean, it only makes sense, right? That's the accent color on the rig. And then these are just, you have one HDMI, I'm sorry, you have a USB-C to I think this is a mini USB. And then I have a USB-C to USB-C. And so basically, we have to plug in the top handle to the camera as well. How we do that, you put this USB-C into the top handle, and then the mini, the other end of it is the little mini USB. You gotta plug that in to the multi-port on your Sony A7IV. And then with the other one, this is the V-mount battery. You're gonna plug that in. And on the other end of that, that goes into the USB-C port above your multi-port on your camera. Now, once that's plugged in, all you gotta do now is pretty much add your battery to your monitor, which is something I don't have. Can't believe I don't have that handy. I thought I had brought one over here. Oh, here it goes, right here. Put the battery in the monitor, in the back. Like so, you heard the click, right? And hey, y'all, we're ready to rock. That's the rig, y'all. That's pretty much all she wrote. Nothing's going anywhere. Whole rig is safe. Nothing's moving. And I can see what's in front of me. and boom. So basically, when you turn the camera on, when you turn the monitor on, I would just say, you know, turn your batteries on. We gonna turn the camera on. We gonna turn the Shinobi on, the Atmos Shinobi. I'm gonna show you guys how everything is looking. I love these side handles, man. I love this. So basically, yeah, everything is powered on. It's just this Shinobi. I don't know why it kind of just takes this time. I don't know. Is this the dead battery that I was using on it? I don't know. Let me just go swap it out. I don't know. I thought I put the dead battery on the charger. Oh, now it's coming on. Okay, here we go. Oh, let's go. Let's go. I'm just showing you guys that it's on. Everything is on and it's working. You can see my monitor is on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, this is the look. This is the setup. Let me zoom in for y'all so y'all can just kind of see what's going on here. As you can see, the monitor is on. You can just kind of see like, yo. And you want to make sure your matte boxes are open. You know what I'm saying? So you can see yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what up though? I got my filter in here, K&F Concept. Shout out to y'all. And yeah, y'all, this is the setup, man. So this is my cinema rig. This is what I'll be using for, you know, videography gigs and things like that. Now, for starters, if I have to take this to a gig, which I do have to take this to a gig in just a couple days. As a matter of fact, this Saturday I have a gig. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to put this together when I did, because I will be taking this rig to my gig. Taking a rig to a gig. I'm taking this rig to a gig on the 15th of November. Now this will be on a tripod, and then my second Sony A7IV will be with me on a gimbal. So everything is gonna be amazing. But anyway, that's my setup, y'all. If you like this video, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified of future drops. Thank you guys for tuning in to my video. I guess I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.